It's Mr. Beluga 91 here, and today I'll be showing y'all how to make a delicious breakfast burger. Now what you're going to need is a microwave patty, because we're cheap here. You can buy your own patty and make it, I don't really care. But that'll do just fine, and it actually tastes pretty good too. 2 sausage links, you can substitute that out for bacon if you like bacon, but we have sausage patties. Buns, you're going to substitute that out, or you can substitute that out for regular bread. 1 egg, a slice of cheese, any kind of cheese, some vegetable oil or any other oil, and butter. So what we're going to do first, we're going to come over here to the pan and we're going to turn it on. And I have a couple of knobs of butter on there. We're going to put it on a low heat. Mine has numbers, so I guess that's a low heat or whatever. We're going to take these and pop them in the microwave. Now these cook for about 2.5 minutes. So that's how long I'm putting them in there for. Now I'm going to let those cook. And now we're going to take the spatula and mix that in, because this is where we're going to cook the egg at, and you can turn the heat up to melt this butter. We can hold on to this. Now you're going to take some vegetable oil and mix it with this, because the egg that we're going to make is a over easy to over medium egg. Because honestly, I don't really care how my eggs look or taste. You can make them to however. So, yeah. You want to get the butter on the edges too. That kind of helps whenever you're trying to get stuff to not stick on the pan. So yeah, that's a good idea. And then let the rest melt off in the center. So that should be melting pretty good. And the pan is pretty warm right now, and eggs take maybe a minute to cook. So now, excuse me, we're going to take 1 egg, crack it on a flat surface. Sorry about that stain right there. You need to crack it on a flat surface, because that helps reduce the probability of an eggshell going in your egg. And just crack it, see? No eggshell. Now we're going to let that cook, and as you can see, it's cooking pretty quick, so we're going to turn down the heat, because I'm stupid and forgot to do that once it started melting. And you should see that it's not sticking to the pan, which is good in this case, because we need to flip the egg. So little pieces are coming off. That's my fault with the spatula. And now it's wiggly and jiggly. That's what you need. How do you like it? You don't know? Alright, well, I'll tell you how you like them. You're gonna like them like the way I make them. Now, if I don't mess up, this should work pretty good. Yeah! I messed up, but it'll still come out good. Because I'm a good chef here in David's kitchen, or the Beluga's kitchen, whatever you want to call it. Our patties are still cooking. Those are sausage patties. We're going to flip it again just to see what happens. Okay, so now we're going to turn this into pause the video. Alright, so now that we screwed up the first egg, you want to take a second egg that's perfectly normal, because I feel the other one was not good, and crack it on a flat surface. See, perfect little crack. And add it to a pan, the same one, and it'll cook just as nicely. And while we let that cook a little bit, we have it on low heat, which is where I messed up at the first time. Come over here, Emma. The patty finished cooking, so we're going to take this cheese and we're going to put it on top of the hamburger patty, and we're going to let it sit in the microwave. That way it can stay hot in there. And then I'm going to come back to the egg and turn it up just the slightest bit so that we don't mess it up again. We're going to touch the edges so that we don't really break it up too much, hopefully. And I did add more butter and oil. So, let's see if, alright. Needs to cook just a little bit more. I don't want to make a third egg. So, Hannah, where would you rate my cooking skills? She gave it 100% A plus. As always, as I should get. So I'm gonna let it cook. I don't really want it to brown up on the edges, which it shouldn't. But still, you can never tell. See, now it's moving. There's a small gap right there, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Now this has got me nervous to flip it. It's probably because I'm not using my lucky spatula. Now we're going to turn it and shake just slightly. Shoot, that's not it. It's hold on. This is the hardest part. That's what she said. Flipping the egg. My dad just flips it, but I don't want to be him. So, it's making me mad. Yeah! There we go, boys. That's how you flip an egg. No. That's how it should look, unlike the first one where the yolk was just there. So it should look like that, and it's going to be cooking on the bottom. And now we can turn the heat down, or off, whatever. Because that cooked the other side, and even while it's in the pan, it's still cooking, as you can see all the bubbles, you know. So now, we're going to go back to the microwave. And we're going to put this on for 10 seconds, just so that we can ensure that the cheese is melted. Or at least somewhat melted, because I don't know if this is that cheap cheese or if it's the creme de la creme cheese. So, it's actually pretty good cheese. And I'm using 2 plates because these burgers are actually pretty greasy. So now, I'm going to let that chill out right there. And we're going to take a third plate. You know, this is a waste of plates, but honestly, do not care. Alright. I'm going to take that third plate. Stop showing the bad egg. Now, we're going to take the good egg, move it to the new plate. As you can see, it just slides right on off, with butter and all. Which is what I didn't want to happen, but oh well. Now comes the fun part, toasting the buns. That makes them 10 times better than just plain crap. So I'm going to take a knob of butter and put it right back in the pan, and this time the heat don't really matter too much. It can be on, burn myself, it could be on a medium heat. And you don't need butter on the edges for this part. It just really just needs to stay in the center. If I had a bigger pan, this would be like a lot better. But yeah, I'm stupid and I grabbed this one, so it's whatever though. Now that that's on there, we're going to take the buns. We're going to do the bottom one so we can start assembling. And I like to toast the inside first. It'll get nice and buttery, and whenever you bite into it, just rinsing my hands real quick because they're buttered. We have tons of egg on here. So now we're going to flip the bun. See all that butter on there? You can even add this little egg on there. You can wash it off too, but who cares, honestly. Now, once this cooks, we're going to move it to the plate where we have the cooked egg at. We should have done this first, actually. I shouldn't have made the egg yet. That probably would have prevented the bad egg. But yeah, you hear all that butter cooking. I'm going to turn this heat up a little. That was the fridge. So now, let's turn the heat down so I can flip this puppy. Oh, look at that. That's a good toast. Now we're going to take it off. I'm going to move it over here. We're going to assemble. We're going to take the patty. No, hopefully we don't screw this up. We're going to take the egg and the 2 sausages go right on top. And now for the final part, just toasting this last one, we're going to take a small knob of butter. This already has a good amount anyway. We're just going to put that right on top. What? Questioning my methods. You need to stop laughing at me. Once you learn how to cook, then you can have the right to get that. Very nice. Flip! Alright. We got it flipped. And it's toasting, obviously. That little brown spot is probably from the egg on the spatula. You know, this needs more butter. But I only grabbed a small piece. Kiko, get out of here. He smells the food. You're not getting any of this. Okay? No. He's eating a lot today, people, so. We're gonna turn. I just realized that one. So, I've been cooking without a stove on. That might be why the stupid thing's not cooking. So my sister didn't tell me nothing and didn't tell me that the stove wasn't on. Which would have been helpful in the cooking process. It would have been done like maybe a minute or two ago. But no, she kept quiet and she was laughing at me and I was wondering why. But now I know that it's because this dang thing wasn't on. So, I don't want that other stuff to get too, whatever. So that's about done. The bottom bun should compensate for it. Now, I'm going to take this, put it on top, right there. And, for the final finale, I'm going to cut it in half. The egg will probably not explode because, yeah, it just might not. So, I'm going to cut it in half. That's pretty hot. Stupid. Alright. But that's how it looks. That's about a medium well egg and sausage burger. Now, I'm going to try and taste it without burning myself. So this is Mr. Beluga signing out.